Okay, so I'm going to show you how I organize all of my clothes. So we have a little wardrobe situation. So we have a bunch of props. We have pants, skirts, stockings, and then we have more pants, skirts. I usually try to keep it a little bit more organized than that, but I have still not recovered from our Japan trip, clearly. And then we do have Baby Yoda. We do have all of our clothing. I actually do like to keep a bunch of the favorites in the front, and then I have a bunch of maybe less favorites or just wearing less at the moment. I'll keep them on the back row. So I'll keep them here, and then all of my faves here. Because I just want to be able to grab, like I just did, an overshirt, an undershirt, and then I have the matching underwear that's like on the same thing. And then I go and I grab one of the skirts or pants or whatever I'm doing. And then it's pretty simple from there. When it comes to actually creating a wardrobe, I think it's a value for money situation a lot of the time, because I am not a minimalist person. I need to have lots of different options. I go with how I feel. How I feel is always changing because of my anxiety levels, because I do go through different stages of working my body in different ways. My body changes quite a bit. And then of course, like during my month, living in Australia and then having work be air conditioned when our houses are not, means I'm wearing different things at work. I'm wearing different things before and after work. And then I also have animals, so I actually need lots and lots of layers because they get dirty very, very easily. I go out and I give them cuddles like many times a day, so we are actually changing clothes multiple times a day, just because of what we do. So that's why I like to have options, and because I'm still like playing with my style, I do have lots of different options. So I will have like completely different styles. I'll have like more goth stuff, more like alternative emo stuff. I'll go through stages of wearing more leather and chains, and then I'll go through stages of like being in my real like dark feminine or my light feminine, and I'm wearing like really cutesy dresses and stuff like that. And then it also depends what kind of events I have. If I'm hanging out with friends, sometimes because I don't go out much, I will actually make it a bit of a fashion event, and I will wear something that I don't usually wear, to kind of see how I feel, because I will be myself around my friends. So it's easy for me to feel comfortable, but it means that I will actually really be able to notice how that kind of outfit feels out and about. One thing I definitely do regret, and I think it's why my fashion journey is so like conscious right now, as in like I'm actually wanting more pieces and I'm having to get really clear about what pieces I want, is because I have actually not had many clothes most of my life. And that was like 5 to 7 years in my 20s where I literally owned what was in a tiny little backpack. So I actually had like one dress from like Tree of Life. I was a little hippie, and I like van lifed and stuff. So I was van lifing, I was couch surfing, I was living in my car at one point. It's probably when I had the most clothes, and I was living in my car. But everything was thrifted, which is why I still love thrifting, and I love going to outlets where you can get normal, say like Cotton On stuff for like $3 to $5 to $7. A lot of really quality jeans for like $30 or $20. And I'm always kind of having a look because it's not too far away from my house. I found like a couple that are really good. And op shops also have sales. So you'll go to like Salvos, things like that. You find the more warehousey ones, and they will often have sales. And again, just the more conscious you are of what styling you like, which is honestly just years and years of like saving videos from other creators and saving things on Pinterest or Tumblr or whatever. It means that I have a lot of different options now, because I did spend the last year or two, now that I have a permanent partner, I have a husband, I have a house also because of him, and I also have a stable job, so it means that I actually can start compiling things, and that's why I'm also compiling plushies and stuff for the first time, because I have not had more than like one or two since I was very small. And we moved so many times when I was a little kid, so I don't have anything from my childhood really. I think fashion is something that's really come through all of that, because I just never had the option to play with it. It was always like a dress up situation, but now I'm like, oh, I get to dress up, but actually like explore my style, and not just dress up as like a clown or like just something temporary. Like, this is a more permanent form that I'm changing into, and I really like it. I feel like I'm evolving into a version of myself that I really like, I really enjoy. And that's because I've been working on accepting myself, I think, every step of the way, which is also obviously not easy. But that's what I've been working on. So yeah, that's why I really enjoy it. I've always worked in fashion, so I've always had an interest in it. I just never really thought that I would be able to do that for myself, because I love dressing people. But it took me so long to be able to dress myself and actually feel like I got enjoyment out of it. Any more questions about any of these, please leave a comment below or feel free to DM me. I definitely do want to do more fashion stuff in the future. If you have any brands that you want to recommend, any that you think would fit maybe me and my personal style, or yours as well, then maybe there'll be some people that would also appreciate it in the comment section. I'm from Australia, so I really want to find some local, alternative, ethical brands. I have started one myself, I just haven't really put out the branding too much for it. So while I'm working on that, I do want to also be able to help other people find these brands as well that are already up and running, that have options, and good ethics and a good community behind them, because that's what we're here for. Yeah, okay. I love you, beauties. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out and wear something new. Maybe you can borrow from a friend, maybe you can borrow from a family member, something that just feels completely you. And remember, op shops exist, so you can give in your old clothes that don't actually feel like you anymore. You don't have to stick to certain ideals that you thought, or like that certain boxes you wanted to fit into. A lot of the time that doesn't happen, so we have to just learn how to love our bodies as they are, and as we're evolving as well. So I love you, beauties. I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you soon.